The Starship launch clock ticked toward T-minus 12 hours when Elon noticed the blood. A single crimson drop had fallen from his nose onto the cobalt mining report. He stared at the smear, the same shade as the Martian clay samples in his display case. "Sir?" Engineer Rivera held out a tissue. Her left hand bore the telltale tremor they'd all developed since working with the new alloy. "The board approved the final payload adjustment. We're replacing the children's hospital supplies with more fuel." Elon's phone buzzed. A photo from X, his son standing before their old Palo Alto home. Now, a luxury Mars prep colony sales office. The sign behind him read, "Earth is for the poor." Outside, the protest had reached the gates. Through bulletproof glass, he watched a little girl press her cobalt-stained palm against the window. Her t-shirt declared, "My hands built your rocket." Rivera coughed. "Your orders, sir?" The control room screens flashed warnings, fuel temperatures critical, neural net simulations failing. But all Elon could see were the dates. June 12, 2023. Tesla worker number 4821 collapses on assembly line. September 8, 2023. First child dies in Kolwezi mining tunnel. Today, his 54th birthday. He reached for the abort switch. Rivera grabbed his wrist. "They'll destroy you for this." Elon activated the PA system instead. His voice echoed across the compound. "All personnel, initiate Protocol Phoenix. Divert all Starship resources to mobile hospitals. Effective immediately." Silence. Then, one by one, engineers began removing their SpaceX badges. Rivera was first. She pinned hers to the mining report. The cobalt dust sparkled like stars. As dawn broke, Elon stepped outside. The protesters fell silent. The little girl extended her hand. This time, he took it. SpaceX headquarters, 6:18 a.m. The board's response came via 30 simultaneous resignations. Elon stood at the conference room window, watching luxury cars peel away from the parking lot. On the glass, someone had etched with a key, "Traitor to the mission." Rivera entered, cradling a cardboard box. They wiped the servers, took everything but the medical schematics. Her voice shook, not from the tremor now, but something fiercer. "JP Morgan just froze our operating accounts." Elon's phone lit up with a Bloomberg alert. Tesla shares plummet, 32% in pre-market trading. He swiped it away, revealing a new message from X, a video of Palo Alto neighbors dismantling the Mars colony sign. "They're burning the sales brochures," Rivera observed. "No." Elon zoomed in. "They're building something." The proto girl, Lena, they'd learned, burst in clutching a Tesla Model 3 seat cushion. "The grown-ups need these." She'd torn open the leather to reveal cobalt-laced padding. Rivera's breath caught. They all recognized the batch number from the Congo reports. Security feeds showed reporters massing at the gates. Elon reached for the intercom, but Lena was faster. She jammed her stained fingers against the touchscreen, broadcasting live to every monitor. "Help us make hospital beds instead." For 3 heartbeats, nothing happened. Then the fabrication machines roared to life, not with rocket parts, but with the whine of aluminum being cut into stretcher frames. The engineers had reprogrammed them remotely. Elon knelt before Lena. "You shouldn't have to fight this war." She wiped her nose, leaving a gray streak. "It's not war if we're all on the same side." Outside, the first medical truck arrived, its sides spray-painted with the new motto, "Phoenix Medical, rising from their ashes." The driver was a former Tesla line worker. He carried his daughter, her legs paralyzed from cobalt poisoning, in his arms. Elon took the child's drawing as payment, a starship with wings like a hospital, flying toward a sun made of clasped hands. The scent of antiseptic had replaced rocket fuel. Elon watched dawn bleed through the hangar's skeletal ribs, where the starship once stood, now cradling rows of hospital beds. Lena slept, curled beside her father, her cobalt-stained fingers gripping his Tesla ID badge like a talisman. Rivera nudged a wheelchair-bound boy toward Elon. "He wants to show you something." The child, Mateo, 9, according to his chart, extended a palm-sized drone, assembled from scavenged Tesla parts. When activated, it projected a hologram above the triage cots, Earth and Mars, orbiting a shared sun, connected by a bridge of tiny hands. "They said you only cared about dead planets," Mateo whispered, "but you stayed." Elon's throat tightened. He'd seen this design before, in X's abandoned sketchbook. Turning, he found his son kneeling beside Lena, teaching her to solder solar panels onto wheelchair chargers. Their laughter bounced off IV bags, hanging where fuel lines once snaked. A commotion erupted at the entrance. The board's lead prosecutor stormed in with SEC agents, freezing at the sight of engineers turned medics adjusting oxygen flows. "You're under arrest me later." Elon pressed Mateo's drone into the man's hand. "Right now, we need pediatric neurologists." The prosecutor's gaze swept over children drawing on cast-off rocket blueprints, their chemotherapy drips suspended from gantry crane hooks. His grip on the drone softened. One agent began disconnecting a heart monitor. Rivera blocked her. "Try it, and I'll short every Tesla stock you own." By noon, federal badges lay discarded by the scrub sinks. The ex-prosecutor was now threading 4 lines, his tailored suit sleeves rolled up to reveal fresh Phoenix medical tattoos. Elon stepped outside, as the first true sunrise in decades, unobscured by rocket smoke, painted the parking lot gold. In its light, he finally replied to X's months-old question. "Home isn't a place you leave behind. It's the people who make you stay." Across the globe, in Colwizy, the first shipment of repurposed battery metals sparked to life in a neonatal incubator. If you liked it, stay tuned for more stories, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your location in the comments. For more stories, click on the video on your screen right now.